Hey everybody, welcome to our very first HomeWOD video. I don't know if we'll be posting these every day, but you will at least have 2 or 3 per week kind of explaining the workouts. Sorry for the crappy quality. We're not video technicians obviously, and hopefully we can make them a bit better the longer this thing goes on for, and hopefully it clears up faster. We can get you back in the gym that much sooner. But until then, we're doing the best we can, giving you guys workouts, and ideally, you can adapt them, and we'll kind of go through how to adapt them to your situation at home. So, for today's work and every day's work, we're basically giving you a skeleton, and you can, fill in or subtract based on your arrangement or whatever equipment or non-equipment that you might have. But we're basically looking for some simple movement patterns that you can or should try to stick to. Let's talk about that. So for part A, we've got 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 15 per side rear foot elevated split squat. And I'm going to link videos to all this underneath the YouTube video. But remember, a rear foot elevated split squat is the one where we take our back leg and we prop it up on top of a box. I know you don't have a box or a bench at home. Most likely, use a couch, use a coffee table. Make sure that this has some cushion to it so that it's not digging into your foot, right? If you're one of those that doesn't do these when we usually have them in class, do a split squat from the floor. So it's the same basic position. Again, I'm going to link a video to it. But back leg is basically on the ground and you're just dropping this back knee to the floor. So for the split squat and the rear foot elevated split squat, the goal is do not let that knee travel too far over your front toes. It's okay if it does a little bit, but ideally we want to be dropping straight down. So knee straight down to the floor. Right? Not leaning forward too much. It should be more vertical. So you're going to do 10 to 15 on your non-dominant leg first, and then 10 to 15 on your strong leg or your dominant side. Okay? And then 10 to 15 table or bed sheet rows. So we're doing some single leg kind of squat work or lunge work, and then we're doing some row work, and we call these horizontal pulls because it's horizontal to your chest. It's 90 degrees from your chest versus a vertical pull like a pull-up. So a table row or bed sheet row, the link is on the workout on the website or on our blog. So make sure you go and watch that video. If you're doing one of these, ideally you're going to be using a robust table so it doesn't flip over onto you. Be safe. A bed sheet row, it's going to involve putting the bed sheet, tying it in a knot, putting it in a door jamb, right? Make sure you've got that set up right and you're leaning away from the door the way it opens, right? It should be opening away from you. But make sure you're staying safe. If it's sketchy, don't do it. It's a horizontal row. So what are other examples of horizontal rows? Bent over rows, right? Single arm bent over rows. So do 10 to 15 bent over rows per side. If you've got rings at home, which I know a lot of you probably don't, but if you've got anything where you're kind of leaning back and you can row from, that's a horizontal row. So we've got some single leg lunge or squat work, and we've got some horizontal row work. So again, if you need to change up and do something different, but staying within that same realm of movement pattern, that's fine. Step ups, right? Step ups on a stair. Step ups on anything you have that'll support your weight. Any type of rowing, bent over rowing of a backpack, of a dog, of a small child, doesn't matter as long as you're doing some type of horizontal row. Part B, every minute on the minute for 4 to 8 sets. The first minute, 10 to 20 jumping lunges. So that'd be 20 total if you did all 20. So 10 per side. If you can't do a jumping lunge, don't worry about it. Do a regular lunge, right? Do a walking lunge. Do a reverse lunge in place. Do a step up if you're not a lunger. Whatever you have to do, it's just more single leg work with a bit of a cardio component. Then 8 to 16 alternating dumbbell snatch. Now if you weren't able to get a dumbbell from the gym, maybe you find just an odd object like a bag or something that you can throw up overhead. You just have to be creative, and that's the theme of HomeWOD is just be creative, keep moving. If you need a kettlebell, you can look up how to do a kettlebell snatch. If you're not comfortable with that, do a single arm hang power clean to a push press. It doesn't matter, right? As long as you're doing some type of single arm overhead work or even to shoulder work, and it has a cardio component to where you're moving fairly quickly. And then lastly, 40 seconds of cardio. So if this is a run, maybe you measure out 20 seconds. Hit your stopwatch before you start part B. Hit your stopwatch, run out 20 seconds. See where that mark is so that you know that you have to go out to that mark and back to do a full 40 seconds and to give you a little bit of time, 20 seconds to rest before you start into that first minute again. If you can't run, lateral jumps is a good alternative. Jump rope is a good alternative. If you have an exercise bike from 15 years ago that you haven't used, use that. Hop on it for 40 seconds, right? Literally anything that has a cardio-centric mindset to it, do it, okay? Again, if you have any questions over any workout, please email us and we will get you rolling and get you set up and make adjustments. No question is stupid. I know this is out of the wheelhouse for a lot of you, but it is our wheelhouse. So again, please email us and we will help you out as best we can. So get creative, stay moving.